Korang pernah kena bully tak? Atau korang pernah bully orang tapi rasa menyesal? So dalam movie Koe no Katachi atau A Silent Voice, A Shape of Your Voice discusses a lot of themes actually, but the central one is about redemption. Macam mana korang boleh bebaskan diri korang daripada menyesal, daripada regret. The story starts off with a boy who is really playful, and then he started to bully this girl. Interesting part is the girl is actually deaf, so she can't hear, which fascinates the guy and started to bully her, pushing her, taking her hearing aids out, and making her life miserable. So the story starts off there, and what happened is when the girl moved out, other people started to turn back on him. These other people were his friends who bullied the same girl, but he was the one who had to take the blame. So what happened is the role was reversed. The girl moved out of school and everyone else bullied him instead. Time skip, this later traumatizes this particular boy or the protagonist. So what happened is the story then starts off about how the protagonist deals with that trauma, and the way that it was executed was done pretty well. Because taking myself out of the movie, I do have a friend that had a similar experience where he feels traumatized or have social anxiety talking to other people, and this resonated him really well when there was a scene in the movie where when he goes to school, everyone else around him, all the students around him have X mark, meaning that they have blue crosses in their face, symbolizing that he doesn't want to look at them, he can't even look at them. It's not that he doesn't want to, he can't, and he feels insecure, he feels anxiety or anxious, and he makes stuff about what people talk about. In the movie, it describes really well how bullying other people and getting bullied affects you. The unique thing about Koe no Katachi is usually most stories focus on the first victim. So in this story, the first victim was actually the girl. It was the girl who's the one who got bullied by the guy. But no, the story focuses on the person who bullied and what is the consequence of him bullying other people. And it discusses a lot of issues. It discusses about suicide, it discusses about bullying, and most importantly about redemption, how this person managed to get over that fear. In terms of animation, KyoAni has never failed to disappoint anyone. It is definitely one of the best animation during that time. It was released in 2016, and in terms of music, the BGM was on point and it goes really well. Although some music is annoying to hear, which I don't find very pleasant. And in terms of character development, the central focus is protagonist and the girl, but they also have side characters around them as well. Side characters are the friends who were the bullied as well, but at the end of the day, you had a glimpse of their background. So the movie is actually from a manga. The manga was able to focus the story of each individual very well, but they didn't manage to translate well in movie because movie could have a short period of time. Aside from that, character development was fine, focusing on these two people, especially at the final scene between those two. Would I recommend this to anyone? I think it is really good for anime watchers and people who have not watched anime. Even if you are new to anime, you should definitely give this a try, and especially to those who can relate. I feel like you would cry because I did. When I first time watched this movie, I shed manly tears because it was really touching. I would not recommend it to anyone who prefer a more aggressive genre. You watch Naruto, you watch Dragon Ball, so these are like shonen fighting style. This movie would definitely not fit you well. To me, this is one of the most underrated movie in 2016. I think one of the most memorable scene in Koe no Katachi, without spoiling the plot, interaction between the protagonist and the girl. In Japan or Japanese language, Suki means like and Tsuki means moon. The girl is deaf. That means she can't talk properly because she can't actually hear the actual sound, but she does try. There's this confession scene where she wants to say that she likes the guy, but she said Tsuki instead. The guy thought moon instead of saying I like you. So overall, I would definitely give this 9 out of 10. Yeah, people should definitely watch it with an open mind.